Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah, and today we're going to be discussing Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston.
The first few minutes we're going to do a brief review of the story without any spoilers. Then we are going to shift into a deeper book discussion that's going to include lots of spoilers, but don't worry, as always, we are going to let you know before we do shift over into that deeper book discussion.
That's right. So before we dive in, Amy, tell us a little about this story.
A songwriter who is returning home to be with her ill mother has a telepathic connection to a world-famous musician. They have to work together to find a way to break the mysterious tie that they have in this whimsical and enchanting story. Sarah, what did you think about Sounds Like Love?
I love this story. You know that I love Ashley's writing. Her books are like comfort to me, and I love the way that she executed this kind of not quite reality where you can just like hear another person's thoughts. I thought she did a brilliant job with it. And one of the things I love about her books is she always has something a little bit deeper, more than just the love story. There's always something else that you can dive in deep into her stories. And so I feel like the whole dynamic with her mom and also just falling in love with a person through, you know, having a misinterpretation of who they are and then hearing their thoughts to figure out who they are. I don't know. I loved it.
I thought the hearing of the thoughts was a very interesting twist, nothing like we've ever covered before. I love the flirty chemistry between the two characters, the whole story, and just that also the depth to the story that she always brings to the stories that she writes. It's just beautifully done.
Yes, I agree.
Let's get into those ratings. Angst.
This was just a 1.5 for me.
Me too.
It wasn't over angsty.
I totally agree. Humor.
2.
I did 1.5. There's some chuckling, some lighthearted moments, and some laugh out loud moments.
Yeah.
Spiciness.
1.
I did 1.5. It's very tastefully done, not overly so.
Yeah.
Tears.
Like a 1.5 because, and I feel like it could go up given what they're kind of dealing with, but it's not a sad story. There's just some kind of sad moments throughout.
It's not a sad story. I did give it a 2. The storyline with the mother aspect being ill was hard for me to read just because I've lived through some hard things with my mother being ill. So in those parts, I did cry at times, but just because I had that connection. So that's more so why for me personally, I rated it a little bit higher.
Yeah, and it does, I would say a little bit of a trigger warning with that. If you've ever walked through dementia with a family member or Alzheimer's, I know that we have listeners and I myself, so definitely going in, you want to be aware of that if it's something that you're sensitive to. It is a part of this story.
Yes,
Overall, this was a 4.5. I really loved this story.
Me too. I'm a huge fan of Ashley's work. This story was very engaging. I loved the whimsical nature of her stories, and she tends to weave those throughout, which I really like. And this was a unique and fun twist on a relationship like I haven't read before.
I know. So, and it had music.
It did have music. All right, that concludes the spoiler-free quick review of this story. Now we're going to shift over into that deeper book discussion. If you would like to continue on with that deeper book discussion with us, simply click the link below or open any podcast platform and simply search Post Book Depression. We would love to connect with you on social media. You can find us on Instagram at Post Book Depression Podcast, in our Facebook discussion group, Post Book Depression Discussion Group, and you can also email us at postbookdepressionpodcast@gmail.com.